Hello, this is Redithan, and finally, I have something else that is not GBC on this channel for the first time in months, and I'm very excited. So, actually we're in break week, so I decided, you know what, let's get started on some other stuff. Let's get this channel back into the, I was gonna say the glory of when it once was, but there really was never glory. There's just kind of that awkward beginning phase, and then, anyway, so yeah, basically, I joined a PU league you may or may not have heard of. You probably have heard of it because I have probably not stopped talking about it because I'm really excited. Week 1's actually already finished, and I'm about to do like the week 2 battle like tomorrow, pretty much. But I decided, you know what? I wanted to do the analysis for a while. I just never really got around to it, so let's do it. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Of course, I'm the Tynamos again. And, so yeah, let's, without further ado, let's go right into my first pick, and that was Mr. Mime. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably know that I love Mr. Mime. I don't know what it is, but, like, I have a new love for Mr. Mime, nicknamed Mr. Meme, because what else would you name it? I even designed the league logo, which I made the mascot Mr. Mime, so yeah, I like Mr. Mime. Its stats really aren't that impressive. However, I really like it just because it kind of, I don't know, I feel like it can fit on any PU team, really. Psychic Fairy is a great offensive typing. Of course, you hit like the dark types with Fairy that you wouldn't be able to hit with Psychic. It also gets Focus Blast, because which is like near perfect coverage, and then you got like Technician, and Technician on a special attacker is amazing because it gives you like 90 base power a move of like every single type, which is awesome. So yeah, I really just picked this up first round, even though it's not like the best thing. I was actually the last pick overall, so I couldn't get the broken stuff like Cacturne or anything. So I decided, you know what, let's just get something that will probably be worth the pickup. And I felt Mr. Mime does that because it gets like Healing Wish as well, and Baton Pass and like Nasty Plot and all that. And Dual Screens. Dual Screens is not to be underrated. So yeah, it just does a lot of things, and it does a lot of things pretty well. Of course, I said that about Mew in the GPC, and we all know how that worked out. But I feel like Meme's gonna do well. So, welcome to the team, Mr. Meme. I totally butchered that sentence. And let's go right to the next pick, which of course I got the wheel pick, so I got 2 picks at a time, and I picked up Stunfisk. This was more of a pick. I picked this one so early just because I didn't want anyone to snipe it, just because Electric Ground is a unique typing, and this typing is just really beneficial, I feel, to a few of my future mods that I actually had planned out, and Mr. Mime at that, because of course it resists both steel and poison, and it can KO both of those with ground moves. So it's a really good compliment to Mr. Mime. Other than that, it's nothing like really too impressive about it. It's pretty bulky. I mean, it's really bulky actually. 109 HP is awesome, and those defenses are pretty good with that typing. And of course you got Stealth Rock, and great utility in that sense, and also hacks. I mean, who doesn't love hacks? This thing can burn with Scald. It can paralyze with Static, or Thunder Wave, or Discharge. It can lower accuracy with like Mud Bomb if you want to be a scumbag like me. You got Sand Veil, because why not? You also got Toxic, because that's a move, and I think it gets Sludge Bomb as well. So this thing is just gonna be annoying, and really just kind of wear down my opponents pretty much. Unfortunately, it doesn't get any reliable recovery, which kind of hampers it a bit. But since I have Healing Wish on Mr. Meme, that I can just continue to wall stuff twice with this thing, and that'll be a good jolly old time. So yeah, Hacks King, welcome to the squad. And next up we have Ursaring, and I'm actually not sure how Ursaring fell all the way to the 3rd round. Ursaring's really good in League already, just because of its move pool, but 130 base attack is ridiculous, especially with quick feet. Fortunate thing about quick feet is that a lot of threads do outspeed it, such as float soul, and I think anything over base 105 it can outspeed. I think that's what it is. I'm not actually sure, but yeah, quick feet's nice, but it's still a little slow. And that's kind of the main drawback to this thing. I mean, as long as you're not like faced with something that can outspeed it, you're pretty golden with this thing. This course is named Big Blue House because Bear in the Big Blue House. Like, who has not seen that? If you have not seen that show, you have not had a childhood, or maybe you're not American. I don't know if it was in other countries, but if you're from America and you have not seen Big Blue House as a child or as an adult, I don't judge. You have not lived. Anyway, it's not really much more to say about Ursaring. Great move pool, very high attack. Great bulk, but we're gonna get into that a bit later. It doesn't have great bulk, but I was just gonna save that surprise for later. Anyway, next up after that, I picked up Prinplup, the one and the only. Prinplup has the unique characteristic of being better than Empoleon. Empoleon's because of reasons, but Plup's better. I named it Pelipper. That's kind of an inside joke actually, because I wanted Pelipper, but I didn't realize Pelipper was PU at the time, so I picked this thing first, and then a good pal Ipa, he picked Pelipper after, and I kept wanting him to trade Prinplup for Pelipper, but he wouldn't do it. Even though Pelipper is better. I mean, Prinplup is better. I don't know. Don't ask me. Anyway, this thing's got pretty good bulk, manageable special attack and Scald, defog and stealth rocks. Really, what more is there to say? I guess if I wanted to, I could run like an offensive agility set. I mean, cool thing about this thing is that even though it is kind of like supposed to be like a fat Eviolite mon, it can be offensive if I really need it to, which is nice. I do have like more of an offensive water type if I really wanted to go that route with like agility and stuff. But yeah, that's really all there is to say. I mean, there isn't much to Prinplup. I mean, it doesn't really have too much coverage. I mean, it's kind of a one-trick pony for the most part. So yeah, Prinplup is Prinplup. It's good, and pretty much just want it just so I could have a hazard remover and another rocker, so I wasn't reliant on Stunfisk for that. And because this defogger, because this is actually a really good defogger, one of the most reliable in tier, actually, I decided, you know what, with the next pick, it was there, so I picked Articuno. Articuno, as many PU players may know, it is terrifying. That type is very weak to Stealth Rock, which is an issue, but I mean, it does get Roost. It is very bulky, too. And that's the thing about Articuno that makes it so scary. It is fat, and thankfully, Stunfisk actually goes with this thing as well, because Stunfisk resists rock and all that. Resists rock, immune to electric, and it doesn't appreciate fire moves very well, but it is a ground type and all that. And I do have Empoleon for fire moves and all that, but oh yeah, Stunfisk resists steel as well. So Stunfisk resists like most of this thing's weaknesses, which I felt made this thing a good fit on my team. I didn't really have an exact role for Articuno other than it's just really good. I mean, it provides an ice type and a flying type, two really good types. And of course, it gets Hurricane and Ice Beam, which is fantastic with pretty good special attack. Other than that, though, I mean, this thing is just kind of there to do what I need it to do. If I need it to be like a bulky subset, I can do that. If I need it to be a sweeper, I can slap agility on it in like a life orb. It's also got freeze dry, so it's got pretty much the coverage it needs for the most part. And it even gets U-turn just to keep momentum there. So I mean, Articuno's Articuno. I don't really need much more to say. Just kind of like a Pelipper. It's just, it just kind of does its thing. does its thing. Anyway, got him. I got the draw now. I can't erase it. Anyway, next up we have Simisear, spicy Simisear, because Simisear is a spicy meme. And Simisear, well, I mean, for one reason, I'm sorry, that was disgusting. I'm stumbling over my words right now. Simisear, well, it doesn't complete the Firewater Grass core. It's gonna complete the Firewater Grass core. And I picked Simisear in the spot just because good fire types are kind of invaluable in I mean, really any tier, I feel, but in PU there really aren't many. You got like Magmar, you've got Monferno. I know I'm missing like some really good ones, but yeah, there isn't exactly like an abundance of really good fire types. So I figured I'd just pick up Simisear now, just because its speed, 101 base speed is an awesome speed tier. Just because I mean, in PU that outspeeds most of the meta. Just because it doesn't have to rely on speed ties when faced with like other base 100 speed mons, so that's pretty cool. And of course, I got those great mixed attack stats, so you can pretty much exploit the coverage you need, just because I mean, that's just because, and that helps. That really helps with like a lot of walls. Like say someone had like a Tangela and a Grumpig. You could run Fire Blast for the Tangela, and then you could run Knockoff for like the Grumpig. Even though that's not a good example because they usually run Coldberry, but it doesn't matter. You get the idea. It just kind of gets the coverage it needs to break down walls, and then also, of course, you got the famous Nasty Plot. That can be very, very, very spooky. That's really it. Coverage, speed, and setup. That's really all you want Simisear for. It's an awesome fire type. Fire Blast just does damage. It really does. And yeah, just filling out those types I need for my team. And next up, to complete the Firewater Grass core, I got Meganium, nicknamed Connor, with 2 N's, because that's how you spell it. And yeah, Meganium just balancing out the Firewater Grass core pretty much. I drafted this because I noticed that, I mean, my team was already kind of fat, but I really wanted to make it fatter. And that's what Meganium does. I mean, just great bulk. The pure grass type is kind of meh. And I originally was gonna wait like later rounds to pick up Blossom, but that was sniped for me. So I kind of panicked because Tangela was gone, Blossom was gone. I think Go-Go was even gone. There's just the grass types were going fast, so I was like, you know what, we're gonna pick Meganium now because I like Meganium. Meganium's adorable. It's probably my favorite of the Johto starters. I mean, what can I say? So yeah, Meganium's just there to stall pretty much. You know, you got Leech Seed, you got your Toxic, you got your Synthesis, you got your Giga Drain, you got your Dragon Tail to keep it from being set up fodder. That's really all you need. And of course, we've also got Swords Dance, and Swords Dance can be pretty spicy in the right hands. I feel like I am the right hands. Swords Dance Meganium is going to happen at some point. I don't know when, but when it does, it's going to do work. Let me say right there. So welcome to the team, Connor, with 2 N's. And next up is a bit of an oddball pick. I wasn't originally planning to get this one, but I got Smeargle, nicknamed Picasso. It's Picasso. That notice how the A is there. It's also. Anyway, I mean, what's not to like about Smeargle? I pretty much got this thing not for like Cancer Spore strategies and stuff, even though I might run that, but I wanted Sticky Web mainly. I can't remember if Leavanny was there or not. I honestly don't remember, but I didn't really want Leavanny. I didn't want Ariados because Ariados doesn't really do anything else. Other Sticky Webbers, it's like Masquerain and all that. I didn't want any of that. Although Masquerain's pretty cool. I probably should have got that. But the cool thing about Smeargle is that is the only mon outside of Shuckle. Of course, Shuckle is not in PU, that has access to Sticky Web and Stealth Rock. So I pretty much get all those hazards out at once. in like Smeargle is just meme. Like it is just pure 100% meme. And what is not to like about that? I'm gonna plan to bring some cool Smeargle strats, some crazy little some spice for sure. I don't know what yet, but we're gonna figure it out. And Smeargle is gonna be a lot of fun. So I feel like I am the capable hands to use Smeargle, and it is going to be a glorious Smeargle. Anyway, I don't want to spoil anything, so Picasso, that's all I'm gonna say about you. But I appreciate you. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be lit. And next, in the penultimate round, we have Sliggoo, nickname Pre. I'm not gonna say why it's nicknamed Pre. You're just gonna figure out for yourself. This was Rufus's idea because he loves Goodra for some reason. And he mentioned Sliggoo, and I was like, oh my god, Sliggoo's pretty good. I mean, it's got your hydration, it's got your rain dance, it's got your rest, it's got your sap sipper because sleep powder is annoying, it got your gooey for stuff. I mean, I don't know, I'm just listing things at this point. Yeah, I mean, Sliggoo does pretty much what it looks like it would do. It's pretty much just a tank. It's just like mini Goodra, pretty much. You can run some fun sets. Like you can run Curse, which is pretty cool. With that special defense, like that special defense is insane with Heavy Light. Just gotta watch out for knockoff. And you can run like an offensive set as well, just because 83 special attack isn't that bad, and it gets some good coverage. Unfortunately, it doesn't get Fire Blast until it evolves, but you still got Draco Meteor. You still have like Thunderbolt. You still have Sludge Bomb. That's really all you need just for a dragon type, especially in PU. It does what it needs to. I feel it's a pretty good value late pick. So yeah, Sliggoo. And finally, this was a semi-meme pick for the last round. I picked up Carvanha, nicknamed Tivana because it sounds like Tivana. That's really it. If Carvanha had like 10 more base speed, it would actually be really good, but unfortunately that's kind of the thing that hinders it the most, I would say. The 90 attack is great, with speed boost, because it got like Crunch and Waterfall, and the 65 base special attack is usable as well, because it gets Hydro Pump and everything, and you also got like Ice Beam, and it gets coverage it needs, so yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just mini Sharpedo. Of course, you got like your Destiny Bond to negate like priority on that, all that, and you know, just protect and click protect, do damage, and Destiny Bond. It's pretty much what you're gonna do with Carvanha. So, I got Carvanha just because I noticed my team was kind of slow. Even with the Sticky Web, I mean, you can't always rely on that. My fastest mon was Simisear, so I kind of wanted something that could. I kind of wanted something that was fast, but there wasn't really anything fast that was left at the time, so I was like, you know what, this thing's got speed boost, let's see what it can do. So yeah, I picked up Carvanha. It also feels the dark type, which is nice, so Psychic Spam is less scary. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about Carvanha. And that's the final member of my PU team, so yeah, PU League team, that's gonna be a good time. I actually already finished the week 1 battle, and I'm gonna record that and upload that too. I don't know, I just got really late on doing this, but it doesn't matter. I think I'm like the only person that's uploading for this league, so yeah. We'll just see where it goes. It's an interesting experiment. And yeah, that's really all there is to say about that. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time in something. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, or subscribe, or you know, show me support. I appreciate it. I really do. I am really getting into the southern thing today. Anyway, that'll do it for this analysis, and yeah, thanks again, and goodbye.